It's episode 4, Pass the Peach. Throw away that pit. Eva's getting messy. Marlo's hating. Tune in.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Circles like a figure eight. You know it feels good from head to toe.
I used to jam out to the song when I was way too young.
I know, I would be like circles like a figure eight. I didn't even know what it meant.
All right? But you're just like...
But I was rocking my hips. Okay. It is Monday, which is kind of weird because we all know that Real Housewives of Atlanta is Sunday Funday, but we had Thanksgiving. It's been a little bit of a mess, but we're here. It is Monday. Welcome to AfterBuzz's Real Housewives of Atlanta After Show. I'm your host, Hollywood Lian, and I'm here with my girls.
Hi, I'm so glad you gave us a break, guys. I needed it. I'm here, live and direct in this conversation piece.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Drew Jones. What's up, party people? It's Erika Edwards.
Yes, we have a lot to talk about. It was quite an episode. We have some news and gossip for you that are fully loaded. Some video clips. I'm telling you, we're moving up around here. It is getting hot. We are stepping it up. We are stepping it up kind of like Todd is pretending he's stepping it up. That's what we're opening up with this Candy and Todd. But make sure to tune in because we have a lot to talk about. We're going to get into Mike and Cynthia, and we're going to talk about the Bailey Q and how everyone's getting messy. But for now, we're going to open up with Candy and Todd. And they're coming to Married to Medicine's Doctor. It's like a whole collab of a clash of Bravo celebs. Keeping it real, $90,000 to $130,000. Todd wants double surrogacy like it's his money.
He said he's going to work, so...
I mean, we know he works, but come on. We know it's not balling like that.
He wants to have the child support on lock just in case it doesn't work out. So he wants 2 more kids.
You got Ace, though. But here's the thing, like... Riley already called y'all out that y'all barely have time for her or Ace. So why are you trying to add more to your plate? Two.
Leave
no embryos behind.
What is this? I know, it's like the George Bush program. That's what it was originally called. No child left behind.
Y'all better leave
He left a lot of children behind.
And Candy is too cheap. Like, you really gonna have somebody kill your child for $30,000. Candy, you have money.
Stop being cheap.
The doctor said you can go old-fashioned way and save a lot of money. So, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like, can she go the old-fashioned way? That's like the whole...
No, not her. By getting the... doing the old-fashioned way.
That is not going to happen.
I mean, open relationships are happening.
They are happening. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about that on the show. We're going to talk about a lot of things. Some of it might get inappropriate. We're going to talk about some backdoor issues, all sorts of really good things. But Portia and her man are taking their love on the town, and he's bringing his mama with him. Dennis's mom, and she seems more realistic than them. Portia's bringing gifts. She totally threw some shade. What did you do to make him make time? Tell me specifically. What did you do?
I think they're going fast. For me, like, in my own personal opinion, I wouldn't be going that fast. But they're grown, and I feel like Portia's been through a wedding, so she kind of knows what she does and doesn't want, whatever. I don't like when moms get weirdly defensive of their sons, especially when their sons are grown-ass men. There's something weird about it. I understand being protective. Like,
but that's when the man has to step in and be like, Mom, cool it.
No, I know. But I'm just like, it's just, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a daddy's girl, but, like, I don't know, it's just weird when you're in your, like, 40s. Why is your mother still acting
I feel like
this?
it has to do with the purse strings. And I feel like because they have this family business, the mom was running it for... I guess, before him. And
that was interesting to find out.
Yeah, pass it down to him. And so it's like you have all these gold diggers, just like Ronnie's mom. She was like concerned about gold diggers and these people wanting him for his money. So she's
but Portia's established. I mean, she has her own
girl
coins.
from Black was in a group too, so moms don't care.
I wouldn't put them on the same level of
I just don't think they knew. But as she's saying, you're in love already? Y'all going to the
You
altar?
can have love at first sight, right?
He reveals, I told her I loved her on the first date, which we're going to talk about the list of things you don't tell your mother or your mother-in-law. I think it's a big red flag like that suit he's got on. Erica, chime in here, boo.
Okay. One, I would be curious to know if, like the DeVoes, he actually hit it on the first date, because then the "I love you" is different.
No, she said it. The Ronnie DeVoe girl, she said they
Well,
had
no,
sex
that's what I'm
over-
saying.
Oh.
If Portia and Dennis were sleeping together on the first date,
They
and he said, "I
probably
love
did.
you,"
I'm pretty
and he
sure.
said, "I love you,"
If they
while he
said
was,
I love you.
thank you. If he said, "I love you" while he was hitting it, it's not the same thing.
It's
that's
not.
That's not
Don't
really the
trust
same.
it when they say it while they're hitting it.
They mean,
Or what
I
about-
love having sex with you. That's what they mean.
What about like hitting it for a couple hours and then post hitting it?
Right.
It's like a cuddle, I love you.
All right. It still
still
doesn't
bad.
mean anything, but it's very cute and it's a nice thing to do.
I still love the
So.
McDonald's I ate a couple hours afterwards. It's when I get on the scale a couple days later that I'm like, oh, that
Can
wasn't
you-
the best idea.
Can you find love in one day? Like,
I don't think so.
Well,
let's
Gina-
leave some comments, guys.
Yeah, put it in the chat, and we thank you for joining us, and we thank you for listening to us on iTunes. Gina might go for the MVP. We're talking about Dennis's mom here because she brought up prenups. She brought up shade. Don't spill on the white dress, Portia. What do we think about the gift? She gave her a Louis Vuitton clutch. That thing retails, if I know my Louis Vuitton, $800 to $1,200.
I mean,
About 12.
that's like, I feel like that's fair for what Portia makes. I think to us, we're like, oh, damn, that's a lot. But that's kind of like the lifestyle they
I think
yeah.
it was fair, but the way mom was looking at it, she was like, "It's nice." Like she did not look like she was impressed.
Yeah, she
at all.
didn't
she was
look
like,
like she was-
whatever.
yeah.
Dennis was like, "Oh, you did a good job," but Mama was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna regift this."
Well,
That's how she was
basically,
looking.
you can't buy mama. You can't buy her affection. So she basically knew that she was coming to, like, you
I think
know,
it's polite, though,
win her
that she
over.
bought a
That's
gift.
it wasn't
Yeah.
like she did it for no reason. She did it for her birthday.
Right.
I think that was polite, and it shows I care enough to know something about you. I know it's your birthday, so I wanted to get
But
you
does
something.
she know what she likes? Does she know that she might want a juicer
Well, she
or a
said
blender?
Dennis-
But
said
the
Dennis
mom
wanted
looked
to-
like she wanted what was supposed to go in. That is supposed to go inside of a big bag. She's like, where's
Where's the rest of
Where's
my
the
gift?"
big bag? That's what she looked like.
Exactly.
Well, let's move on. Cynthia and Michael, they're hot and heavy. And she's getting ready to have a Bailey Q, drink every time you hear that word, catered by the Hot Dog Factory. They have their own hashtag, chill, hashtag CHILLCH is obviously capitalized. Let's do a quick poll. Is it corny? Yes or no?
Hashtag gag me with a spoon.
Okay, so obviously you think it's corny.
Hashtag
Drew?
they're moving too fast as well.
Okay, so she thinks it's corny. Drew,
Yeah, I think it's a little corny.
the hashtag is corny.
It's a little early 2000s.
I love the hashtag, but it's usually like during an event, like they're getting married, like like
Yeah.
the Hills 2018 hashtag, so everyone can see the same photos.
Also,
but
you don't give yourself a
Someone,
someone else gives it to you.
you're not Brad and Angelina,
Yeah.
and coming up, we're going to be Brad and Angelina. No, we
Other
do
people
that.
gotta give it to you.
Ah,
That's how nicknames happen. You don't choose your own nickname.
interesting. It's very interesting.
I didn't
here.
pick my nickname. You just get it.
I don't make the rules. We don't make the rules around here. We're just saying. And then let's talk about this too. FaceTime. Is this a thing for just new couples or are all couples doing it because we have FaceTime? Let me just say, my boyfriend and I are Android and iPhone, so we don't FaceTime. And I'm okay with it.
I hate FaceTime, and I hate when people FaceTime me without making an appointment. You have to make a FaceTime appointment because I'm not always like this. I'm not always camera ready.
So it's just for new couples, is what
No.
you're saying.
No, it's for making an appointment or not. Talk
So it's
to me
just
on
not
FaceTime.
okay. True.
I'm pro FaceTime. You can hit me up whenever because I'm always looking cute. But no, my ex-boyfriend and I we were together for a couple years, and we did when I moved out here. Actually, we did FaceTime for a long time, and
It seems like
It-
Cynthia and this guy are on FaceTime their whole relationship.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
why?
He's in LA and she's
I
in Atlanta,
know.
so
that's
why
the
you have
thing
to
is
do
like,
it.
I've done long distance before,
It
and
sucks.
only do it if it's gonna like really lead to something. You know what I mean? I'm still with the guy that I did long distance with because I'm like, oh, I did long distance. I'm getting something out of this. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
But I
exactly.
feel like she's done this before and it hasn't panned out well for her. So I feel like the next step would have been like, you know what? I already did long distance. My next thing, I want someone here. You know what I mean? But to each its own. They look like they're still doing good. So we're just going to go. She's saying she's the cake and he's going to eat it too. And speaking of cake, Shamari's cake, the twins' birthday, $900 is the final total. Is this too much for a cake? I didn't think it was that bad. My boyfriend said if I got a $900 cake, he would kill me.
I think cake should only be like $100, $200. I mean, unless you're getting like a wedding cake.
A wedding cake, I think $500.
Or something super extravagant.
Birthday cake, $100 to $150.
I think $1,000 for cakes for 1-year-olds is crazy.
Yeah.
If they were going
It's
to
two
remember
of them
it
though. It's two cakes.
for $450, they're one. Like they're not going to remember
That's
this.
okay.
Yeah.
That's my issue with it.
I'm a foodie and I have no issue investing money in like dope food.
But we gotta remember it.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a 1 year. They're not gonna remember that.
Yeah, that's true.
And what kind of cake was it?
It didn't even look like all that though.
That's what
That's the
I'm saying.
thing.
It
If
didn't
I'm gonna have like incredible cake and it's gonna be amazing, I mean,
I need like 5 different flavors. I need 5 layers. I
thank
need
you.
all
I was
kinds of
thinking
decoration.
it did look like it had some dimension, but it did look pretty basic, golden blue. Like it didn't look like royalty.
Yeah.
you know
Also,
what
I don't want to be shady at all because I really like Shamari. But do they have money like that where they can just be?
New edition.
Well, I
Because
hope
I'm just saying,
so.
I watched the New
I hope
Edition
so.
story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I watched the New Edition story, and in the story that New Edition produced, y'all was struggling for coin besides Bobby Brown. So I'm just curious.
That's what I thought.
No shade, no tea. I
Y'all
just
blew
wanted
up
to
on me
know.
because I was like, I only know Bobby Brown. All right, well, let's move on. Let's move on. The
Not
things,
everybody smoke their money away. Give
right?
them a break.
I know. The things you don't tell your mom-in-law: openness, sex, struggles, and the past. She's not a gold digger. Hello, she's a pop star, but she's respectful and she really wants to have a good relationship with her mama. So, I don't know. She's really down for her man, but apparently she wasn't woman enough to come ask her mama. I wouldn't have done it either because I had my own thing going on. Like she said, she was like, I'm a pop star. Like, I didn't have time to go ask his mama. Like, I'm glad she knows I'm in it for real now. But yeah, I wasn't woman enough to go ask because I was doing my own thing.
Again, I feel very weird about the dynamic of ownership with parents and adults. Their adult
I
children.
think it's like single moms with boys, maybe.
I don't know.
Or is it women and their sons?
I was okay with Flo DeVoe until she was like, you should have come to me woman to woman.
Thank
You're
you.
not the wife. I'm not the mistress. What do you mean woman to
I
woman? Who are
totally
you?
agree with you,
Yeah,
Erica.
that was my issue. Once she said that, I was like, okay, pull back, mama.
I
Pull
liked
back.
everything she was saying until she got there. And
Exactly.
then she said something a little bit questionable that we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, it was weird.
But if you did watch the movie, like you said, they had a lot of money issues. They had a lot of people, not even girls, just managers, people who were trying to take their money. So I can see where the mom is coming from, trying to protect her son as well as the money.
Yeah, but she was a pop star. She had money.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when they met, Shamari was
She
at the
just
peak
didn't
of
know.
her
Is
game.
that true? Because first of all, TLC, Left Eye found them. TLC was broke and bankrupt, and then Black, yeah, they went platinum, but were they even as big as Escape or
I see
anybody?
what you're saying, but I just think that the issue here was she kind of acted like Shamari was nobody, and Shamari had already was already built.
Yeah.
Exactly, was already establishing herself, and so I feel like in a way that's disrespect towards Shamari because you're basically saying that's cute, that little empire you have,
Yeah.
but
We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
yeah.
Just because I just don't feel like you should be bringing up old stuff. If they're in a good place, why on camera start saying stuff about, oh well, back in the day you didn't like me and you didn't give me this gift, and I thought it was kind of weird. I think people are always gonna try to bring you down, so take a little note from Portia at the beginning of the episode when you're like, I'm not gonna let anything break us, and move on. You don't walk around and ask people what they think of you. That is none of your business.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I want to know is,
Or your relationship.
Does the woman ask the mom just the same way as the man asks the father?
That's
or-
what she was trying to
no,
imply.
because we're adults.
Well, first of all, I'm not proposing to nobody. He's proposing to me.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, once I become his wife, it's on us to make it work.
But there's more levels here. She talks about openness and that she was bi-curious. She said, like, I wanted to go out and sleep with a girl. Like, I was bi-curious. And I was totally down with this, and I was waiting for her to introduce us to the girls, which we'll talk about later because it was actually very refreshing. Totally taken back from I thought was Nene was going to act. She totally refreshed me. But let's talk about this real quick. She said, well, you know, the devil isn't in your relationship anymore. And I hope she meant because it was open and not because she was bi. Just because it just goes hand in hand with how religious people think. And I don't want to be like, that's how she thought. But I'm hoping that she's saying, oh, the devil's not in your relationship anymore, because she was talking about the openness and not about her being bisexual.
Yeah.
I think this is totally dandy, but I don't think she should talk about this with his mom.
Yeah, it's very weird. I've had boyfriends who I'm super close with their moms. I'm not going to talk about our sex life with them, though. Like, that's too much.
And also, since it was in the past, so part of me feels like she's clawing for a storyline. She's clawing to be the hot topic, because I'm like, if you all were still doing this, like Jada or somebody, it might be interesting. But if this was back in the day and you did it for a year and y'all been married since 06 or 04 or whatever, like, it's kind of relevant for the party, but why are you still talking about it now?
Once again, like, why go seeking other people's opinions on your relationship? You're just asking for something that's going to disappoint you. You never go around asking people, what do you think of my relationship? Or what do you think about me? It is none of your business.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the Bailey Q. Marlo shows up looking like the 4th of July and being a hater as usual, though. But she did bring a gift, a Swarovski'd fish hook. How amazing was that?
Yes.
I aspire to be the black auntie that I imagine Marlo is to someone.
Or could be.
Or could be. Like, that's the most useless but, like, amazingly fabulous gift. And I'm like, I just want to.
I thought it was a great gift.
I want to have coin like that.
I mean,
Marlo
she's
is
a
like-
lake house, so I mean, why not have a blinged out fishing
Yeah, it's so
pole?
extra, but I love it.
Marlo is so ghetto fabulous to me. Like, like, to me, she's the person who I can only have a T-shirt because it says Gucci on it.
Exactly.
Like, all of her, if you can't read the name of the designer, it's like she won't buy it. So
Nene said that.
And it's something still downright hood about her, which I love
She
it
is
to
it.
death.
She
I
got
love
23
it
mugshots.
that she's ghetto
She
and
is
yet
so
trying
hood.
to be so trendy. I love
Shout
her.
out to us in a couple episodes ago when we played the montage, and the plethora of mugshots. Jeez, we're so shady. All right, so Nene reveals Eva wants her to be in her wedding. We had a small scene with her and her man talking about it. It wasn't really all that important, but she was like, Nene is funny. I didn't really get it. But Marlo said, oh, they're going to need Nene. I mean, she started up. Here's the thing about Marlo. I feel like she sits outside of the stadium, right? Sees the game happening, sees who everyone is going to team up against, who's going to be the odd man out, and then she comes in and pounces on them. It happened last season with Portia. She was the odd man out, so she was jumping on her every chance she got. She sees now from the outside, Eva is the one that everyone's going to have a problem with. So she just started conjuring up herself right away. Just started throwing digs at her before she even got there.
Sorry.
And I'm okay with it, because Eva's starting a lot of shit.
Evie has been shady. However, it's weird that she's having Nene speak at her wedding. You've known Nene for 3 weeks. I don't understand.
But
She got her on the show.
Listen, listen, Portia, she wants to be the new Portia so bad because Portia has been through a few things that were a little questionable. She could have easily gotten the axe after the whole Phaedra situation. But why did she not get the axe? Because Nene is a ride or die for her, and that's her little sister. So Eva's trying to put herself in the same position as Portia, basically, and be Nene's little sister because she knows that's a form of protection. And
Yeah,
that's
but I
fine.
feel like in every kind of situation, especially when it comes to reality television weddings, there's always like half of your family, half TV show people. Like, you're not going to just be like, I'm just going to invite all the hood and my cousins and Pookie and them and none of my Hollywood
who
friends.
you invite and who you have speak speak and walk down the aisle with you or whatever you're doing is different. Like, I think they all should be there.
What
to
does that
film it.
mean? I wouldn't want you to speak. What does that mean?
I'm like, she's giving
Is that the
a
maid of
funny
honor?
toast? I don't
No,
know.
that's just the.
It was
toast.
vague. It was vague. All right,
vague.
so we're not going to get into it that much because we don't know that much. So we're not going to get into that cave if we don't know about it. We're going to step out for a second. Cynthia is ready, though. This is the thing. We started throwing up the gauntlet for Eva, getting ready for her, getting ready for Eva. Cynthia's getting ready for questions. She's saying that I paid guys to go out with me. They're saying that I paid my kill looking like this.
Cynthia does not have to pay anyone to go out with her. However, Will, we already knew he was suspect when he came to the scene.
Well, Will seemed a little set up, but I don't think she's paying anybody.
No, I said she's not paying anybody.
Yeah.
Bravo paid Will. And
That's what Will got his money
I don't
from.
think Bravo paid Will. I think Will saw
Will
an
was
oppor-
trying to be
I was
on the
gonna say,
show
I think
so
Will
bad.
saw an opportunity and he took it. But I just want
Go back to Steve Harvey, Will.
I want Cynthia Bailey's level of confidence. So I mean, she was absolutely right, but her just being like, me pay looking like this, cute.
Exactly.
She
Tried.
knows. She knows she doesn't have
The
to pay.
girls are gathering, and it's a potluck. So Shamari brought roasted quinoa vegetable salad. I'm sorry. I know it's a Bailey cue, but it's implied it's a barbecue. Bring some meat, please.
Well, first of all, she looks snatched. She has a nice little tummy. She had twins, so she's doing something right with her eating
she's
habits.
so skinny.
is she a vegan? She's probably a vegan.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
With
think
roasted
so.
quinoa vegetable bringing,
She has to be.
you might have to be.
Probably.
So, I don't know. The girls are getting together, and then here comes a new girl, Tay. Is that her name, Tay?
Tania? Tonight?
Well, Nene kept calling her Tay, so we're gonna go with Tay. I think it's Tanya, like her full name.
I'm gonna double check.
She's the new girl. Please double check. A peach, perhaps?
No.
I think I
Tanya.
heard she was getting a peach. Yeah, I heard
Tanya.
that.
Yeah.
Why would she get a peach?
I don't know, but she's cute and I like her energy. And Marlo was threatened right away, which
Real
made me like her because game recognizes game.
Right.
So when another lion walks into the den, you're like, hold up. Wait.
Yeah, Marlo was
I don't
not
think
having
so.
it. She gave her like a little shady look, like, what's she doing here?
And Nene's like, look at Marlo over there, just being a hater.
I know, because Marlo got her designers from the booster, and this other woman actually bought her designer stuff.
Oh, Nene cracks me up. When Nene laughs at other people's shade, it cracks me up. Like when they're like, "Oh, Portia's the the old liar." She was like, I love Nene when she's when she's good. She's good.
Exactly.
I love me some
agree.
Nene. So I don't know. She's Nene's birthday sister. I like her. She's a geek. She's a cool girl. Marlo's hating per usual.
But why does she deserve a peach? I didn't see anything
Well,
peach
we're not
worthy so
saying.
far.
We're just saying. We're saying we're scoping the situation out.
Does she have a husband, first of all?
I think she does have a
I read
husband.
that she does.
Okay.
She does have a husband, so she can be a housewife.
Okay.
Portia's bringing Shamia and her sister, and she spills the tea that Eva's totally being a shit talker to Shamia. She's like, "Girl, get ready." Shamia's pregnant, and she just wants to eat. So she's like, "I don't really want to fight," but Marlo's in a mood, and so is Eva, and the floor has been opened. They're all gathering together. Once again, the outfits are horrible, and I feel like they all picked up on it because the first round of shade went to everybody's outfits.
Shamia first.
Let's get into this, girls. What do we think?
I didn't personally like Shamia's outfit. It looked like somebody 22 going to
Royal blue, pregnant. I thought she looked gorgeous and,
I thought
and
she looked
simple.
pretty.
No, which scene are you talking about?
The Bailey cue.
the
They're all
Bailey cue.
showing
I'm not
up.
talking about Shamia. I'm talking about
Shamari.
Shamar.
Oh, Shamari.
You
Yeah.
said Shamia, but you were Shamari.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She looked 90s.
Shamari.
White jeans
Ronnie
again.
DeVoe's wife.
White
Yeah.
jeans again.
That's why I said she looks 22, like she's still trying to hold on to her youth. And I feel like the whole, like, abdomen out, like, just...
Listen, Portia said it
Yeah.
best. She's Decatur, baby. That's how they dress in Decatur.
I know, but you know what?
I'm not
Decatur
saying-
in the
I'm-
90s.
But is Portia from Decatur? She grew out of it, right?
Portia's not in Decatur anymore.
The
Exactly.
90s.
We're in downtown
So-
Atlanta.
I
Can we
feel
get
like-
with the vibe? Nightclub attire,
I
please.
agree. It's
She's
not
in the
cute,
90s. She's
but-
very, like, from the...
Lots of breasts in the confessional.
She got her boobs
Breastises.
done recently, obviously.
Breastises
Go
are
off.
out. All right, let's get into it because no one's bringing anything peach worthy right now. So we're passing the peach, shade everywhere. It starts with the outfit, tracks, and then it goes into liars. Who's liars? I don't know. She throws it right away to Eva. And Eva's standing up, and I feel like she was going to make a point, but instead, everything that came out of Eva's mouth was very retractable and not sure of herself and very guilty. Even Nene was like, she seems stupid.
So do we think that Eva was lying about the whole Will situation? Because I feel like that's why.
I feel like in the beginning, no, it was great that she was like, I heard he was dating other people. That's fine. But then why take it to another level and say, oh yeah, Cynthia is paying him?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's just a reach.
But did she say that?
Well, when they brought it up to her, she didn't deny it. She was just like, I'm talking about facts. I'm like, what are you talking about?
She's like, I don't know that to be true. This is what I don't like. Eva has no interesting storyline. Her entire storyline so far has been
with other people.
Has been going after Cynthia, and Cynthia's not rebuttaling. So it's like it's just watching Eva talk to a concrete wall.
And we saw her and her husband, and we didn't even talk about it. Like I literally didn't
it was
even.
Boring.
I know.
Boring.
Like the only thing that came out of that scene was her going, "Nene's funny."
Exactly. I think that Eva probably did hear this, but she doesn't know it to be true. She probably heard it on the street because that's probably what people were saying, and she just continued to spread it.
Well, Bean Dip Carmen was there, and she's pointing stuff out, and I really liked Carmen in this episode. She was laughing. It seemed like she was kind of buzzed off that lemonade. I really like what they were talking about. And so Candy's like, you eating that bean dip, but you were being so shady to Shamia. So it's just like, okay, now that we're not talking about Cynthia, we're still going to talk about you. You were being shady to Shamia. So I feel like just Eva got into the corner, and this was her time right here to like really show to all the housewives, this is what I'm made of. Instead, she retracted and she didn't really hold her own.
No, she stood up and she was like, "Who is lying?"
But nothing came out good.
That's the thing. She didn't present herself. She just looked stupid, to be
She
honest.
did look stupid.
Like it was her chance to be like, well, let me check you with some facts real quick. I said what I said and called it, because listen, there's been so many times where these housewives have been absolutely in the wrong, but they've still managed to have a good drag while they're doing it.
Exactly.
And she just looked.
I mean, Marla was like, Portia's the old liar, and they all laughed about it.
Yeah, I was
Even
like,
Portia.
What are you bringing to this show? Because you're boring me.
Yeah, but she can cook. And shout out to the product placement for Tostitos.
Okay. Well, they're talking about freak numbers, and Portia's like, look, I don't do the back door. But Candy's like, you did try the back door once. Don't even try it. So Portia's like, all right, I did try it. But it was a failed attempt. And Portia, let me just tell you, girl, one word, lubricant. It's all about lube.
Hey.
Quitters, I don't want any quitters. Don't quit. You just need plenty of lube, and anything can happen.
Thanks for the advice. I think we've all tried and failed because I had an experience.
You're not using enough lubricant
it
then.
was a scary time.
And it can't be water-based. It has to be oil-based.
Okay.
Portia, Candy and Todd still want you, boo. Because I'm like, Candy went too quick to give her that peach. I was like, Candy, you know you still love you some Portia. You still want you some Portia.
Candy's like, come
Portia
on
the
down to
first
the
one.
dungeon.
I would give me a dungeon too.
Well, speaking of, we're getting to the open stuff, and we get into the open marriages, and this is really interesting because the Real Housewives of Atlanta, there has been a couple of them that have been very judgmental and prudish when it comes to kind of the sex stuff.
Nene.
Judgmental when it comes to opening up sex companies. But so when we talked about this open marriages, Shamari jumped up straight up, claiming, yes, as we saw in the beginning of the episode, I've had an open marriage. I had sex with 2 girls, and he had sex with like 10 women. So Nene's like, explain it to me. Are you dating other people, or are you effing other people? And she said, oh, we're effing other people. And Nene's like, oh, I like that. Hold on. But is he? Oh, no, I don't want him to do anything. And I was just like, I love Nene. That is a perfectly realistic response, because it's exactly how I feel. I'm like, yes, I like this, but I don't want you to do anything.
But it's kind of crazy because she's the one who initiated it. She was bi-curious.
But she stopped it, too. That's control.
But she could only have sex with women. She could not have sex with a man. So
No,
her
she
man,
didn't say that. She just
She did
chose.
say that. She did say that.
Oh, she said she couldn't?
She said that Ron said
That
none
was
of
not.
that.
That was not.
But
part of the
she
agreement.
didn't want to anyway. She wanted to have sex with the
But
women.
if she
But
did
it's
want to
not
have sex with
open.
men,
It's open for him because he can sleep with all the women that he wanted to.
Yeah.
But it was not open for her because she could not sleep with other men.
Yeah, but she didn't want to, so I feel like it didn't
don't-
really affect the situation. If she wanted to, then it would have been really one-sided.
She didn't want to open marriage. That's why she closed it in the first place. But she wanted someone to keep her company while her man was gone
Yeah.
on tour, and he wouldn't allow her to be with another man. So she chose a woman. That's what it was.
Because they're apparently
She was bi-curious. She said she wanted
She
some...
was bi-curious, but also he already had some infidelity issues beforehand. She talked about it with the mom. So I think she went into this and saw a win-win. What I don't like about it is if you're going to do an open relationship, I feel like it should be equal. Therefore, if she wanted to, should have been able
it's
to.
really hard, Drew.
Sleep with a man.
It's really hard.
I've been in an open
I've
relationship.
been in open relationships too, and I would like to do everything, and I would like to stay home. Lock the door.
And I understand it, but I think there's
Selfish.
it needs to be equal, and there needs to be communication.
Yeah.
It's not
And
fair for him to say no that she can't sleep with men.
And it's a total double standard because had she come to him like you could only sleep with other dudes, this would be a different show right
Exactly.
now.
Yeah,
Totally different.
I think the message that we got out of here that I liked is that she just said, look, it didn't work, and the grass isn't always greener on the other side. So regardless of the nature of the relationship, that's the perfect message to take away from this, because that is a true testament to people that really know their relationship, because I'm one of those people, and Drew's saying she's one of those people too. When you've been in a relationship for so long that you explore openness and everything, I think you don't come back from that. So when you do, it really solidifies your relationship, and it brings a new bond. So I feel like it closes back up because you realize the grass isn't that green on the other side. Honey, I went out and looked, and there was no one better. So I'm sticking with you, boo.
I don't want to be that option. You're supposed to know that I am.
You have to
the
realize
best
that
for you.
people are not going to feel that way. There's a lot of people out there that don't feel like settling down with one person is realistic.
And realistically, love isn't something you wake up to every day and you're like, I am so glad I'm in this relationship. I can't wait to just stare at you all day and just be in love. Like, love is not like a consistent thing. And so I think if it's something that you and your partner both agree on and there's boundaries and rules and there's respect for one another, then go for it. And if it works, cool. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I do like that they were like very open to it and they weren't super judgy, because I was expecting.
Yeah, I like that
them to
Nene
be
was
judgy.
open about it. I like that she said, I like that.
Exactly. I agree. And then it's interesting because she's like, oh, yeah, the grass isn't always greener. Well, no, it's not for you because you slept with 2 people and he slept with 10 people. So at that
Exactly,
point,
not
you're like, yeah, he's really getting it in, so let's not do this
I know,
anymore.
but I think we also just need to take into the fact, I hate to do this and I hate to like genderify everything, but he is a man and he is a musician. So I feel like there's just only so many things. So I feel like this was the best she could do for a relationship, and she came out. They're still together, so good for them.
Yeah, good
they
for
look
them.
like they're very ride or die, and that's all that matters. Let's get into news and gossip.
Let's do it. You want to hit yours first?
AfterBuzz TV News.
So let's get into some news and gossip. At the Soul Train Awards, we have one of Portia's co-workers. He hit the carpet and he was asking about Portia baby names. So let's see what some of the celebs at the Soul Train Awards had to say about Portia's baby name.
Let's do this.
I'm familiar with Real Housewives of Atlanta and Dish Nation. I know you're familiar with us.
No doubt.
Now, you know Portia is pregnant.
She is.
She got pregnant, yeah?
I know she was pregnant. I wasn't there when it happened.
Did you have a name for Portia, baby? Give us a name that you would like her to name her daughter.
I'm really good with names. Pia.
I thought it was Portia Jr. Miracle. Bell.
Riley.
Portia Jr.
No Portia Jr. No Portia Jr. Just say Portia. Portia, because Portia's a beautiful name, actually.
Yeah, but when you think of Portia, you think of an old beat-up car.
You're disrespectful. Portia, that's disrespectful.
Y'all named the baby Toyota.
This is sweet Toyota.
That was so funny.
So funny.
Thank you, Carlo, for that.
Amazing.
Drew, take it away.
Well, I have a photo of Nene and Cynthia were both at Kim Porter's funeral this past week. For those of you who don't know, Kim Porter was the mother of Diddy's children, a couple of his children. She passed away unexpectedly. It was super heartbreaking, but they were friends with her, so you can see that there's a couple of pictures with them throughout the week. I just took this one where, they're seen smiling, and it was a big celebration of Kim Porter's life. So I thought that was super sweet.
Rest in peace, Kim Porter.
Rest in peace, Kim Porter. I also have this video. We kind of saw it earlier, but this video of Portia's photo shoot where she's dancing and getting lit. I just like seeing happy, pregnant, healthy women.
Look at those thighs, honey.
She looks,
man.
she looks good.
She looks like a giant, healthy, beautiful.
Yes, that.
Rotisserie chicken.
With the
She's
extra
giving-
little bump on the front.
She's giving
I
body.
ain't never seen a pregnant one do like
Giving
that.
us body.
Like,
Okay,
no,
if I
no.
can slay like that when I'm pregnant, I'm gonna have twins too.
I'm saying bundles. And then, so Eva, sorry, I call her Ava when I'm feeling shady.
Sorry, people. 'cause
I
you know
know.
you guys have something
I
to say in
did
the
not
comments.
call her. I was wondering because I'm like, I called her Eva the whole time.
I know it's Eva
I
the Diva.
intentionally call her Ava because I feel like being shady. But
You forgot.
anyway, no, Eva the Diva. Anyway, they asked her about the Shamia situation. She said, at this point, Candy and Portia called me out about Shamia. I was over it. I thought this was supposed to be the Bailey Q, not the Eva Q. Why is everyone so hard pressed to come for me, and what did they expect? Was I supposed to be shady and mean to a pregnant woman? I had no clue she was pregnant, but once I realized she was, I definitely had no plans to start an argument. Damned if I do, damned if I don't.
Well, you're gonna be damned because I don't know. She's a little messy right now. Is that it for news?
No, we have a few more things. One more thing. Two more things, sorry. Our girl Kenya posted this really sweet photo with her baby.
Oh.
She still hasn't shown off the baby too much, which I,
Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, which I
So
respect.
little.
Because
Is it a preemie?
Brooklyn Daily Moore.
she did have to go into like emergency C-section or something like that. So I just thought she looked
Why
so
is
pretty
it
here.
still like so fishy though? People are still like.
Because people are haters.
They're like, oh, she was at the John Legend concert, and she supposedly had like I don't know. People are always saying something about Kenya.
Yeah, I've heard that every time she posts something about the baby, it's at the time that Real Housewives is on. I've
Well,
heard
that
that.
is
I have
factual.
heard that.
Well, that's factual.
Because I heard that she's really trying to compete, and their numbers aren't what they are supposed
So we
to
need
be.
Kenya back.
Bring her
Hello.
back. And then our girl Carmen
Bring Phaedra
commented about tonight's episode. She said, I'm sorry, Portia, but Portia spoke on Candy. This is from last week when Candy and Carmen were talking about Portia's man. She said, I'm sorry, but Portia has spoke on Candy's and Cynthia's husbands before. Are we going to act like we forget? Come on, people, it's a TV show. If we don't talk about you, we'll have nothing to watch.
Okay.
All right, quickly, let's get into some tweets.
Tweet. And then I just took this one.
Make sure to tweet us at AfterBuzz TV and at our handles at Hollywood Lian so we could feature your tweets. Make sure to shout out and subscribe so we could shout you out. Subscribe to 2 or more of our channels.
Yes. So I just took this one tweet from Candy. Since we weren't, it was a little hiccup. I thought it was really funny. Basically, somebody came at Candy on a fake Portia account and says, "As much as you run your mouth about me, Candy, you should be running on a treadmill. I know I taste good, bitch. Stop making me your storyline." And so Candy, not realizing this wasn't actually Portia, said, "You're so mad. Don't check me. Check your man. Meanwhile, I'm counting checks at the new OLG."
She later deleted that tweet.
She did.
When she realized it was a fake account. Oh, Candy getting caught up. I love how it's just always pointed out on social media. It can create sub-storylines when these are coming out and the new reactions come out, so it's really interesting to play out. That is our show for tonight. Make sure to check us out every Sunday night. It is just the beginning for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It is going to get juicy. Let's do quickly, what are we expecting to see next episode?
Prediction.
I think Eva is going to go through a worse. I think she's going to continue to come for Cynthia.
I'm excited to hear the Shamari love story with another lady.
And I can't wait to see, what's going to happen with Portia and her man. I just want to see the dynamics of the relationship. And
unfortunately, it looks like Greg might have a little bit of bad luck. In the next episode, we see something about the cancer might be coming back. So make sure to tune in. It's going to get juicy. We'll be breaking it down for you every Sunday at 9 p.m. We're going back to our original time next week. I am your host, Hollywood Lian. Make sure to check me out on all social media platforms at Hollywood Lian.
And you can follow me on Instagram, Conversation Piece, or Twitter, MISS Convo Piece. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think about the show.
And I'm your girl, Drew Jones. You can find me on all the things at OKDrewJ.
And party people can follow me on all of my social media at Erika, ERIKA, as in door, Edwards.
Bye, AfterBuzzers!
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.